Corporation is a British multinational communications and information technology company headquartered in Helsinki and was founded in 1865 by Frederick Addison. The current CEO of Nokia Corporation is Rajiv Suri. As of 2010, the company employed about 130,000 people across 120 countries. Nokia is a public company listed on the Helsinki Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange. It's the world's 274th company, measured by 2013 revenues according to Fortune Global 500. The firm's mission is simply connecting people. Its vision is the individual communications experience. The goal of Nokia is to build great mobile products that enable billions of people worldwide to enjoy more of what life has to offer. So moving on to the segments of Nokia. It is segmented in three. First is Nokia Networks. This is a network infrastructure business, it being a significant contributor to the mobile telephony industry, and it was for a period the world's largest vendor of mobile phones. Then here, this is a location intelligence business that brings together Nokia's mappings and location assets under one brand. It is based on a cloud computing model. And lastly, Nokia Technologies, which is focused on technology development and intellectual property right activities such as licensing. So as I mentioned earlier, the company was, it dates back to 1865. 1865, when Frederick Addison set up his first food park mill. From then, the company has participated in many sectors such as cables, paper products, tires, and rubber goods. The company only took its current form as Nokia Corporation in 1967 as a result of a merger between Addison's Finnish Rubber Works and Finnish Cable Works, a manufacturer of telephone and power cables, which was founded in 1912. The new Nokia had 5 businesses, namely rubber, cables, forestry, electronics, and power generation. In 1982, the firm introduced the first fully digital local telephone exchange in Europe. And it also introduced the first voice to car phone in the same year. Then in 1987, a decision was made to adopt the global system for mobile communication, GSM, as a European digital standard by 1st July 1991. So this technology breakthrough of GSM, it made more efficient use of frequencies, it had a greater capacity and high quality sound. Then in the early 1990s, Nokia made a strategic decision to focus more on telecommunications to make it its core business with the goal of it being a leader in every major global market. So with this decision, basic industry and non-telecommunications activities such as personal computers, paper, rubber, and cables were done away with between 1989 and 1996. By 1998, Nokia was the world leader in the mobile phone industry, a position it enjoyed for a decade. Then the company had been investing in mapping capabilities for many years, which led to its acquisition of Get5, a mapping software specialist, in 2006. In the same year, Nokia and Siemens and now merged their mobile phone and fixed line phone network equipment business to form Nokia Siemens Network. In 2008, it acquired a United States-based business called United States Digital and Navigation Mapping System company called Navtec. So in 2011, Nokia joined forces with Microsoft to strengthen its position in the competitive smartphone industry. With this joint forces, Nokia adopted the Windows Phone operating system for smart devices. And through this strategic partnership, they tried to establish an alternative ecosystem to rival iOS and Android. But as of 2012, Nokia employs about 101,982 people across 120 countries. It conducts sales in more than 150 countries and reports annual revenues of about 30 billion euros. But in July of this year, Microsoft announced that it would lay off a significant number of employees, including about 12,500 workers from the former group at Nokia. So the recent purchase of Siemens stake in the Nokia Siemens network and also the sale of Nokia's devices and services business to Microsoft constitutes the two transformative transactions which have been made by Nokia this year. And just last month in October, Nokia and China Mobile signed a $970 million deal for delivery of mobile phones between 2014 and 2015, which will mark as their first product following the Microsoft sale. So Nokia N1, a smartphone, was released last month. So now, as we begin a detailed analysis of our case study, we'll begin with the first analysis. Here we only emphasize and focus on the economic, social, and technological aspects. Begin with economic. So Nokia is vital to the economy in Finland, as it occupies about a third of the market of the Helsinki Stock Exchange. And while the mobile phone industry may have leaders such as Samsung and Apple, Nokia also owns a substantial market share on the low-end and middle-priced cell phones. Nokia also is a leader in its location services through the location intelligence business. And the worldwide spread of mobile telecommunications offers a large market for mobile phone producers. Moving on to the social aspect, the smartphone share of the global mobile phone industry is increasing rapidly, and we have seen that Nokia is making efforts to own a substantial share of this market through its acquisition by Microsoft. But on the other hand, Nokia also has a strong brand awareness to this advantage. And lastly, looking at the technological aspect, we have seen that there is a constant introduction of new products and models in the mobile phone industry. And Nokia must ensure that these smartphones are at the highest level of innovation. And at the same time, they should look for functions that will enable them to differentiate themselves from their rivals and also to stand out from their rivals. And while Nokia may be engaged in strong research and development, we have seen